Iran around the world to news midday on global television. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Edikan Michael. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed Nigeria's strategic position in Africa as a bastion for peace, saying the nation will continue to play its role as a stabilizer on the continent. Receiving a letter of credence from the Egyptian ambassador to Nigeria, Mohammed Ahmed, President Tinubu emphasized the shared commitment of both countries to promoting global peace and stability through collaboration within international organizations such as the United Nations. He noted that since establishing diplomatic relations in 1961, Nigeria and Egypt have collaborated on key international priorities, including promoting regional peace, security, and stability. And now the Confederation of All Progressive Congress, APC, has commended the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike's security initiative to ensure a safe territory. Its Director General, Professor Kilami Mohammed, gave the commendation at a news conference in Abuja. Mohammed said the FCT had become a safe haven where residents could afford to sleep with their two eyes closed. Mohammed said the FCT had become a safe haven where residents could afford to sleep with their two eyes closed. Governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mbaz, placed a 10 million naira bounty on the heads of the killers of two policemen in Enugu State, saying the state will go after the culprits with every resource at its disposal to bring the killers to book. Mbaz pledged the reward while briefing newsmen after a State Security Council meeting at the Government House, Enugu, which also had in attendance the State Commissioner of Police, Kanayo Ozuegbo, State Director of State Security Services, Teresa Egbono Garrison, Commander 82 Division Nigerian Army Enugu, Brigadier General Motala Abu, and the State Commander, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Peter Oga, among others. And now the Nigerian Army has promised to investigate conditions at its detention facilities after a video emerged online showing soldiers complaining about overcrowding and poor feeding at the 8th Division Garrison Detention Facility in Sokoto State. In the video, which surfaced online on Friday, showed the soldiers lamenting the condition of the facility and the way they were being treated, with over 100 in the cell and 40 others awaiting trial. The Army also said it will not tolerate the way the soldiers expressed their grievances, adding that those involved could face disciplinary action. Now, the Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olokayode, has called on compliance officers of banks across the country to desist from unauthorized disclosure of the Commission's investigation activities and requests from banks to their customers. He made the call during the stakeholders meeting with compliance officers of banks in Oyo State. He stated that the EFCC is aware of the fact that compliance officers give information to their clients regarding letters of investigation activities written to the banks from the Anti-Graft Agency, and noted that the act compromises the investigation exercise of financial crimes and delay corruption cases from being filed before law court. Around Governor similarly Fubara of Rivers State has ordered an immediate relocation of the legislative business of the State House of Assembly to Government House in Port Harcourt. The relocation order is contained in the State Official Gazette. The order came about 24 hours after Victor Okojumbo, a lawmaker loyal to the governor, emerged as the new factional Speaker of the Assembly, and a few hours after a High Court in the state barred the pro-Wike Speaker and 24 other lawmakers from parading themselves as members of the State Assembly. The Nigerian Senate has approved the death sentence as a penalty for drug traffickers in the country as it passed through third reading the 2024 NDLE Act Amendment Bill. The proposal was adopted when the Senate dissolved it into a committee of the whole for a clause-by-clause consideration of the reports of the chairman of the committees on the Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters and Drugs and Narcotics National Drug Law Enforcement Agency Amendment Bill 2024. Kikole Mokere tells us more.
In the review of the penalty provision of the amendment bill towards strengthening the operation of the agency, a proposed amendment to the award a death sentence to the drug traffickers rather than just a life sentence was raised by Senate Chief Whip Ali Indume, which sparked debate among senators.
I am surprised that the committee is recommending a softer punishment. It was a life imprisonment. In fact, we should change it to death sentence. This is practiced everywhere in this country that are serious about dealing with drugs. So when we come to take it close by close, please, distinguished colleagues, let's change that section 11 to read death sentence.
When the matter was put to a voice vote, it appears the nay had it. However, when the question was put on a second vote, the Deputy President of the Senate ruled in favor of the ayes had it. Slight roar ensued as some lawmakers were displeased. Senator Adams Oshimole expressed his displeasure over what he considered a hasty consideration and passage of the amendment clause.
We must be honest, transparent in the decision. I am accountable to my conscience and to my community. Death sentence is not a matter for a, nay, or nay. Everybody should vote so that we will be counted. When it matters, those who vote for death and those who vote for punishment. No, you cannot. We take a vote. It's a fundamental issue. We are making law here. This is not a motion. I have responsibility for any law that I made while I'm in this parliament. No, we can't pass it because I don't believe that the highs have it. It's about life and death.
The Deputy President of the Senate rejected an objection by Senator Oshimole to reverse the ruling, insisting that it came late, which is against the rules.
What you need to ask for, which is your right, is to ask for a division. And so it's the 44. But you didn't do that. So you're not following the presiding officer. So I'm sorry,
The bill was subsequently read for the third time and passed by the Senate. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
A federal high court in Abuja has granted 100 million naira bail each to a former Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, his daughter, and 2 others. They are being tried over an alleged fraud to the tune of 2.7 billion naira. According to the court, they are provided to provide 2 sureties who must have landed properties in Abuja. The sureties, the court stated, must also be a responsible citizen. Samuel Odi completes the report.
The court also ordered the sureties to depose on affidavit of means and restricted the defendants from traveling abroad without its permission. Justice Orji ordered that the defendants should be remained in prison custody if they fail to meet their bail conditions, adding that the sureties must own landed properties within the Federal Capital Territory with valid titles. The counsel to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Rotimi Jacobs, spoke on the bail condition granted by the court.
One of the 2 cases filed against the former minister. So the first one is taken before his lordship here. So we are going to contend for the other one in another date. So, but the bail is at the discretion of the court. So it's for the court to decide whether it is adequate or not. So a counsel in his own right cannot criticize the judge whether the conditions are liberal or high or low, but I think it is fair. Yes, thank you. Well, there are other issues that were introduced, like the Nigerian Airways with Ethiopia something, which we added to it. So it was not there originally, but Nigerian Air matter is there are 2 counts on it. That's why we amended it. The condition that one of the surety must own property in Abuja and must deposit some money out or bond and all those things. So I don't think it's strenuous. It's a condition that is unfair. It's very fair to them.
The trial has been set for 10th, 11th, and 20th of June 2024. Samuel Odi reporting for Global Television News.
Africa Tomorrow Plus, a non-profit organization, has stated its commitment to uplift vulnerable in society through skill acquisition, cultural integration, musical talent discovery, and nurturing. The organization's president, Kenneth Ezeah, made the remark at the World Press briefing in Abuja. Anthony Mawode will complete the report.
Eze noted that the program is designed to support the federal government's policy direction towards improving the lives of vulnerable Nigerians, stating that the dire state of vulnerable children and youth in the country will be effectively supported through education, sports initiatives, and social intervention programs.
In Africa tomorrow, that this child that is hungry today, if we do the right thing, that child will smile tomorrow. So we are showing actually the picture of the future of Africa that we want to see. but we all together have to do something today to be able to see the Africa tomorrow. 3 major areas that we are looking at, and this is sports in general. Now, education is the next thing very important for us, which is actually rules the world.
National Coordinator of the body, Tina Eze, and the United Nations and Sustainable Development Goals representative, Uzo Ifeanyi, emphasized the need for Nigerians in diaspora to give back to society in order to accelerate the development of the girl child and country at large.
We Nigerians in diaspora, when we're taking out from our comfort zone, most times we just go, okay, it's there and don't bring it back to us anyway. And I believe we're here to actually ensure that we can actually impact in the lives of children. Because trust me, these kids, they have a lot of potential and talents, and they have all this negative energy. Something, okay, the president just said something about sports, yeah? It is not football, but initiated as football. As you can see, all t-shirts of the wearing, the different colors, you can see blue, you can see, yeah? So that actually represents different initiatives that which we're actually bringing into the Nigerian society. Education is key. They should also look at the issue of climate change. Recently, you are very much aware that the government banned the use of this disposable in Lagos and all. These are issues of climate change. These are issues that even in Germany they've conquered it. So if they bring such technology down here, it will definitely help the country to also move forward in terms of achieving the sustainable development goals in the area of climate change. Lugado Konobo, founder, Nigerian Women Economic Development, and other stakeholders highlighted the potential impact of collaboration between development partners towards improving the lives and safety of the vulnerable populace. NIGWED, Nigerian Women Economic Development Project, the women gender component of this project, we are going to be playing a very key role. And that's the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs is supporting us, ensure that we got this venue that we have used today for today's event. And so the conversation grows beyond there in getting several other activities that will help to fast-track the implementation of ATP's project in Nigeria. Non-governmental organizations are established with a lot of networking opportunities and meeting people at the rural level. So if non-governmental organizations are properly positioned, they will be responsible and also support the effort of the government in reducing the insecurity challenges in the country. The importance of social intervention programs for the uplifting of vulnerable populace of any society and nation cannot be overemphasized. Anthony Momodu reporting for Global Television News.
You're watching Midday News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital Abuja on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing the screen. When Midday News returns, Tinubu orders CBN to suspend implementation of cybersecurity levy. These and other stories coming right after this break. Stay with us. You're still watching Midday News here on Global Television. Many thanks for staying with us. On the foreign scene, the United States government has raised concerns over a possible breach of international law by the Israeli Defense Force in prosecuting the war against Hamas in Gaza using the United States supplied weapons. The United States Department, in a report submitted to Congress on Friday, noted that it was reasonable to assess that those arms have not been used in ways inconsistent with Israel's obligations. It, however, noted that the U.S. did not have complete information in its assessment and that equipment should continue. Now, a top opponent of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges compatriots to resist dictatorship after the country's top court provisionally released him from jail to campaign in national elections. Arvind Kejriwal, Chief Minister of the capital, Delhi, and a key leader in an opposition alliance formed to compete against Modi in the polls, was granted bail on Friday after weeks in custody. In a different press conference the day after his release, Kejriwal said the outcome of the election would determine whether India remains a democracy. And more than 200 people were killed in the flash floods that ripped through multiple African provinces, and as authorities declared a state of emergency and rushed to rescue the injured. Heavy rain sent roaring rivers of water amid crushing through villages and across agricultural land in several provinces, with northern Baglands one of the hardest hit. Hamad Sayar Sajid, head of the Natural Disaster Management Department in the northern Tiger province, said in addition to human casualties, the floods have also caused huge financial losses to the people, where estimated 20 people have died in the flooding. The Defense Ministry ordered multiple branches to provide any kind of assistance to the victims of these incidents with all available resources. Business news. President Bola Tinubu has asked the Central Bank of Nigeria to suspend the implementation of the controversial cybersecurity levy policy and ordered a review. This followed the decision of the House of Representatives, which last Thursday asked the central bank to withdraw its circular directing all banks to commence charging a 0.5% cybersecurity levy on all electronic transactions in the country. The CBN on May 6, 2024 issued a circular mandating all banks, mobile money operators, and payment service providers to implement the new cybersecurity levy following the provisions laid out in the Cybercrime Amendment Act 2024. The local currency depreciated further at the official market on Friday, closing at 1,466.31 naira to a dollar at official market. The dollar to naira exchange rate increased by 40% between Thursday and Friday, having closed to 1,426 to a dollar, according to the National Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market. The official exchange market, the naira gain, has been a reverse in recent times after the currency firmed up against the dollar, exchanging below 1,000, with businesses and government having a sigh of relief. This was after the Central Bank of Nigeria introduced a string of reforms and interventions tailored towards stabilizing the exchange rate market. Finance Minister and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Olawale Odeun, has visited the Jet Mother Company assembly plant in Lagos, where compressed natural gas buses are being assembled under the Presidential CNG initiative. Disclosing this on a statement by the SSA Media and Publicity to President Bola Tinubu, Temitope Ajah said the Jet, which is located in Lagos, is one of the 4 assembly plants picked by the PCGNI to assemble semi-knockdown component of climate-friendly CNG and electric buses and tricycles, which will soon be rolled out to large transportation cars. Let's take a focus on entertainment news as Nigerian actor Enyinnaya Nwigwe took home the overall Best Actor award of the 2024 Cameroon International Film Festival. The award acknowledged Nwigwe's impressive performance in the Joe Ayouk's cross-continental action drama Choke Hold, where he starred alongside Jamaican actress Sherando Ferrio. The actor's capacity to take on different but taxing roles has led to his being a part of another international production such as All About Love and Black November 2012. Breath of Life has won the Best Movie Award at the 10th edition of the African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. The movie reached 11 nominations across various categories, including Best Movie, Best Director, and Best Lead Actor, and won in 6 categories. The lead actor, Wale Ojo, won the Best Actor, and Bibi Sasore the Best Director Award, while Ademola Adenoyi got the Best Supporting Actor. And in the sports news, 6 boxers from Nigeria have been registered to fight for places at the forthcoming Paris 2024 Games second window qualification tournament slated for Bangkok, Thailand. The Secretary General of Nigeria Boxing Federation, Dakpo Akineyele, confirmed this on News Agency of Nigeria on Saturday in Lagos. According to him, elite boxers across the globe will converge on Bangkok from 23rd May to 3rd June for 2024 Paris Olympics qualifiers. And our French President Emmanuel Macron says he hoped star footballer Kylian Mbappe would be freed up by his likely future club Real Madrid to take part in the Paris Olympics for France. Mbappe confirmed that he will leave French champions Paris Saint-Germain at the end of the season, with Real Madrid widely expected to be his next destination. Real Madrid has already said that it will not lift its players' obligation to the club in favor of their participations in the Olympic Games, which are not part of FIFA designated international tournament for which clubs must free up their players. Manchester City's first penalty in the 5-1 win over Wolves should not have been awarded, an independent panel has said. The Wolves defender Ryan Artis was penalized after colliding with City defender Josko in the area. The 5-person key match incident panel voted by 3-2 majority that referee Craig Powelson should not have given a spot kick. However, it unanimously agreed that video assistant referee was correct not to intervene. That's the package amid the news here on Global Televisions. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles now showing on the screen. I'm American Mike, time for watching. See you again.